Alright, welcome back to today's cross channel, and let's get started. I'll be doing this for an hour. It's already like 11, so. Anyway. Tomoki! I spoke up and his back leaped. So, you were here at school?
ああ、ちょっと様子見に。ちょっとこっち。
Oh? I was taken
ここ
along.
ならいいかな。
Why are we in the corner?
いや、
He faltered. So, how's the active peace maintenance club?
生命維持活動部。そっちはなんとか。太一は食べ物とかは平気なんだよね。
Well, yeah. I'm in no trouble right now. It'd be nice if that lasted a week.
は？
That's my business. Do you need something in the health room? Tomoki's face tightened.
No.
Why is he using English, ego? I see. You're hiding something.
ないと見た。
Health room. Tomoki. Okago. Virginity. The conclusion these true horror keywords lead us to is it was time for
い
deduction.
や、童貞関係ないから。
That's a difficult question. It's time for meta deduction.
また変なこと言い出した。
Multiple worlds expatriating deduction. Line up all the countless possibilities derived from each element and think, such that you extract that sort of option from within the infinite choices. It's a quantum computerish deduction method.
当てずっぽうと言わないかな、それ。
Bigger content is needed to activate those thoughts. Please loan me some. Give me gum. Give me chocolate.
太一いつも飴玉とか持ってるのに。
Those are used. Those are used. Those are to be used in the event of an emergency drop in blood sugar levels.
糖尿病か。
Tomoki shuffled around in his pocket. If I needed food right now, Tomoki's here. No, at this point, Tomoko is food. That's stupid.
ほら。
Gum and chocolate really came out. You are an amazing guy.
何が？つか自分で欲しいって言ったんじゃないか。
With this, my peculiar brains will be at peace.
は？
Gum and chocolate. I put them in my mouth at the same time.
うげえ。
Tasting them at the same time is great.
そう。
He was sickened. As for the rest of the deduction, did someone get hurt? Tomoki was a bit surprised. That was soon replaced by an ironic expression.
そう。怪我したんだ。いい君だよ。
What?
なんでもないから。じゃあね。
He laughed. I swallowed the gum that was also chocolate. I'm the type who swallows gum. Was it not a physical wound? The health room. This place needs a large-breasted nurse with glasses who often uses a male voice. What? What the fuck? Anyway, a health room without a large-breasted nurse with glasses is like a medium tuna sushi with nothing inside. But of course, I can't expect a large-breasted nurse with glasses to be here right now. Instead, Yoko-chan was there. Put on a white coat and glasses. She disappeared behind the beds. She returned with glasses. She procured them far too quickly. And why from the bed? The nurse's locker. There was a white coat inside. She returned. Ordered, received, and paid in full. The time required was under 10 seconds.
これでいい？
Better than template ton pack.
そう。
I can't fail to acknowledge it. Shane, this is an old VN, so we don't see we don't get a CG where we see her wearing that setup, that getup. Her bust was, well, pretty good. Yoko-chan as a nurse.
脱いで。診察できないから。下も。性機能を診察するから。ダメ。私に触れたらただじゃおかない。そう。じっとしてて。いい子。
Isn't that pretty good?
大地は今、私でみだらな妄想をしていると見た。
A sense of defeat. This is because of how long she's known me. That's enough
コ
cosplay.
スプレをさせられていた。
She whispered alone. She returned to her normal self. Again, she went to the bed to return the glasses. So, why here?
宮澄が怪我を。
I peeked around the bed. Mimi senpai. Oh yeah, this happens regardless of route. Remember, so yeah.
もう寝ているから
The bandaging.
しておいた。
She gazed at me. That's rare. You spontaneously doing something for others.
しなかったら太一にいじめられると思ったから。
I see. That's true. I pinched her cheeks with both hands. But I'll harass you anyway.
そうね。
Her clear-cut face collapsed like clay.
やめて。
But she didn't seriously resist. She doesn't know how to resist. Because fundamentally, that would either mean eliminating me or ignoring me. Uriri? Uri? Uri? Uri Uri? What the fuck?
う、
Your cheeks are soft.
痛い。痛すぎ。
That's your fault for having cheeks.
むちゃくちゃ言う。
I quickly got bored. So, how are Senpai's wounds?
軽い擦過傷と打撲。命に別状はなし。
They said without any concern for her reddening cheeks. Soka. I could see her breathing softly. She didn't seem to be in any pain. She's sleeping well. I parted the hair on her forehead. She purred. Moe. Next, I stretched my hand to a different place. Ew. Yoko-chan was gripping my wrist. The grip strength of an adult male. What are you doing?
太一は今、母音タッチをしようとしていた。
No. Yeah.
英語になるところが怪しいと思う。
Oh, no. He literally said no in English.
太一は英語が苦手なことも重要な判断ポイント。
You researched me so well. Just as I thought, the world isn't necessarily a metagame.
私の目が黒いうちは、この母音には触れさせない。
Damn you. But I had no choice of winning in close quarters. In this situation, I'll fondle your chest. And one of my hands was sent out toward her chest.
そう来ると思ったわ。
Yoko-chan's pupils filled with invisible confidence. She knew? But even if it was a trap, I'll fondle right through it. My left hand bit down on her breast. She showed no defensive or evasive motions, so it was a trap.
かかった。
What?
混乱した太一は目の前の私に襲いかかると読んでいた。
The sensation. It can't be.
そう、ノーブラ。
What? Soft. Short uniform. An unimaginably soft sensation. I was losing wisdom. Oh, my Sophia. Wisdom. The name Sophia is derived from the Greek words Sophia, meaning wisdom. By touching... Oh, that reminds me, I should watch 9. I need to catch up with that. Anyway, by touching the soft and tensile breasts, my wisdom was disintegrating. The greater the mass of those breasts, the more the disintegration speed increased. What breasts? It's as if my head is completely worsening. I noticed that I was fondling with both hands. A hot, hoarse voice. It entered my ears and vaporized my rationality. Up, down, left, right, 4 ways. 8 ways, east, west, south, north. I could keep fondling the breast with degrees of freedom similar to that of an analog video game controller. What a sophisticated bust this is.
わけわからない。
I'm being tempted. I'm being completely tempted. Senpai woke up.
いけない。メガネしたまま寝て。寝て。
Her eyes fell on her foolish state. Her hand/sword swung down. cutting apart the nipple and fingertips.
ケケ君
Hi?
今のはイエロー定額ですから
To grab my fingers. Is there a red suspension? But this girl has sophisticated boobs.
都会的に洗練されたおパイコのことなど理由にはなりません
What a courageous motion, as if meaning to cut off my neck. She mouthed down my arms.
お久しぶりです長谷倉さん
うん
本当にいたたた
Are you okay? 大丈夫か?
あー何やら資材が崩れてきて
Yoko-chan saved you.
もう長谷倉さんが
助けたのは私じゃないわ
Then, dare?
島智樹
Tomoki did? So that's why he just... Senpai, he gets embarrassed easily, so... Mimi-senpai looked at me blankly. Moshi-mosh!
智樹が私を
She looked confused and upset. When was it that those two stopped talking to one another? Tomoki in the club room, Senpai in the broadcast room. It became rare for them to mutually occupy the same space. Anyone who saw it would understand. And for only that reason it remained concealed. Our discord existed between everyone. I realized that Yoko-chan had disappeared. Shinkawa Yutaka was energetic. He usually was. His responses were fast. When we talked, he was good at making jokes and at following mine up. At some point, Shinkawa said this.
メイがさ、やっぱ軍場行くんだけどさ、いろいろ教えてやらんと。
Trouble arose. The fact that she was fairly cute to start with. Further trouble arose, envy and jealousy. If two such emotions line up, almost any human would be able to hate. I didn't hate, because Yutaka's next statement brought about an even greater shock.
本気で妹みたいなもんなんだよ、同居してるし。
He's living with a cute imoto, kawaii no imoto, that he's not connected to by blood. And from what I heard afterward, his parents were rarely at home. This sort of situation is unconventionally called cohabitation. They'll even walk to Gunjo together.
ああ、メイのことも紹介してやるよ。大したもんじゃないんだけどな。あんま期待すんなよ。
It's no big deal. Afterward, I actually did end up meeting her.
じゃあ紹介すると、
Oh.
さくらきり。家族みたいなもん。
Oh, it's Kiri. Oh. Oh, that's why they resemble each other. Okay, that explains a lot. Okay, interesting. Okay, it's Kiri. Okay. This is generally referred to as a bolt from the blue.
どうした二人とも黙っちゃって。もしかして二人とも照れちゃってるのかおいおい、キリはともかく第一、こんな山猿に照れる必要ねえって。
豊かうるさいさくらきり
I'm Kuroso Taichi. I awkwardly lowered my head. I've heard a lot about you. She used that shuddering heel kick on me. I was sure she sworn revenge before our last parting. Not a fragment of goodwill could be found in Kitty's eyes. Actually, she was staring at me.
こちらもいろいろと噂
Really? I stressed out and put the teacup up to my mouth. Wow, this red tea is sweet, almost like sugar. Yeah, it's got some kind of rough feel to it. It's as if I'd never had this before. Harsh. At some point, critiques and comebacks become merciful in a way.
つうか、ナチュラルに砂糖じゃん、それ。
Much obliged. Don't forget this taste.
何でも手当たり次第にセクハラをしてらっしゃるとか
そうなんだよ、こいつやることすんげえの。かなりビビるよ。
Yeah, well, about that. Sekuhara. It's more like an expression of sexual affection, definitely without any bad intention.
そういうのセクハラって言います
Ah, was that what they called it? An invisible knife was piercing through me.
嫌がってる子もいますよね
I do hold back around them, you know. Well, I can tell who dislikes it from the bottom of their hearts, yes.
そうみゆきはセクハラを望んでいるんですか？
Well, she dislikes it, maybe, but that's superficial Ojo-san, see? Whatever you say, it's more like your body is honest.
最低。
A low voice, as if spitting that out. I heard it. Yutaka, who was absorbed in carefully peeling the stripes up a Bunkuchen, didn't hear it. Does this brat not know how to read the atmosphere in the room? I sent him eye signals. Yutaka noticed. That's right. Say me. I eloquently spoke with my eyes. Yutaka's face held the pride of a bucho, and he nodded slightly as if to say makesete.
やべ、整理始まった。俺ナプキン買ってくるからその間二人で話しててくれよな。
He misunderstood it. He thought it was like a moment for them to hang out.
いて。
Please stay. I'm begging you. He didn't understand. If we were left alone, the bomb of awkward silence would explode.
私にはみゆきがスカートをめくられたがってる。
Are you sure? Yutaka once again began to dismantle his boom kitchen. This guy, he's useless.
だからクロス先輩のしてることをどうかと思います。
She said frankly. Looking at her calmly, she wasn't the type I disliked. In fact, she's desirable. I think I'd like to get closer to this girl. I got a little depressed. I started wanting to talk properly. Sakura-san, you're just a person. You're a just person, okay? She seemed to get angry.
それが何か？
No, that's fine. I think that's the kind of person is needed everywhere.
おっしゃる意味がわかりません。
I'm not making fun of you. Until now, no one of your sort has ever been near me.
そうですか。
I saw that Yutaka was sleeping in the sea. Whoa, he's so useless. My friend, indeed. He's good. Thanks to that, we can talk a little more to the point. How's Gunjo?
どうと言いますと？
There are a lot of types that get admitted to these classes. Those who can't talk, those who can't see what's around them, those who will break out in violence, and those who simply are not normal. But they are all people who were sent here because they couldn't adapt to the way the world works. They're all the foremost screwed up people in Japan, of course. That includes you and me. How many of them can you hold a conversation with? How many can you build a relationship that could be called friendship with? Even if you didn't manage a conversation with them, who knows what tangent they'd run away on? They're always wearing their doubts. For Tatoeba, someone who hears the sound of glass breaking and becomes abnormally aggressive. There's one of those in our class.
さっきの話とどう？
You persuaded me to justice. I see you as an opponent who bears the reason in mind. Her eyebrows narrowed subtly.
そういう意味では
Isn't that what you meant? You had doubts about my actions. You point out and denounce them. I think I have to be corrected. It's not a way of thinking that should be brandished around Gunjo. I don't know whether you're just dense or if you've seen right through my character. But I feel like it's been a long time since I was treated as a human by someone who met me for the first time. Her mouth hung open. If I lowered my guard, she would have looked just as cute as she should at her age. Yutaka's eyes are not holes.
そういう話をしているのではなく
About Miyuki. Her rage froze. That's pretty heavy. I don't know the details, but when she feels too lonely, it's like she catches something. Something like a loss of recognition of the outside world. The boundary of the world becomes vague. I guess it's like a kind of narcotic. She's the type that would easily fall from the root. Did you know?
いえ
I think that girl will be moved.
移動というのは
To be sent to a proper mental hospital.
それって
Kitty appeared to have lost her words. Hey, there are times at school where you can't help being alone, right? If everyone around you were normal and healthy, they'd notice. But everyone's got their hands full with themselves. Those lonely times that Miyuki hates more than anything. They're everywhere. For example, after school, an empty classroom. For example, the grounds, an uninhabited field. Tatoeba, the classroom. A fractured space without connections between people, even when people are there. There are blanks everywhere. She joined the broadcasting club because we were a gathering of people who could preserve our own self-consciousness. That's the intent of which the broadcasting club was founded. Since there aren't that many clubs, I shrugged my shoulders. It's hard to make friends, but we had to make them. Do you know why? Because we need them in order to raise and nurture our hearts. I became friends with Yutaga, and that was a good thing. I thought I'd like to be friends with Miyuki too, but my approach with her might have been a bit wrong. Still, this is all I know how to do. I forced a smile. I really am a clever guy.
じゃあセクハラしてたのってわざとですか？
There is an ulterior motive, I answered honestly. My rationality is abnormally fragile, but there is a conscious part to it. Namely, that plain girl might be able to become a memory of mine. I took the teapot out of its cozy. Still hot. It was a good cozy indeed. I poured the red tea into my teacup and drank it. Everyone wants connections. It's not just me. Everyone wants them. Cell phones, the internet, letters, and friends. Aren't those all connections? All of those make us expect that someone is there by dispatching words, information, and thoughts. I don't want to wonder whether the people I contact are just shells or not. That's why I sexually harass them and will continue to do so. Nothing that you can do will stop me. I gulped down my tea. If you want to stop me, then go ahead and try. Kicks and chokeholds and or 69s.
69?
Oh man, you're trying to teach an innocent girl about 69s. I think it would be nice if I could get reconnected to you again by those things, although it might be a problem for you. She looked down. This girl was lost in thought, into a labyrinth of thought that I pushed her into. I ruminated on the words I used, almost like I'm doing my best despite being unhealthy. I had a mind to swallow that deception and hide it deep within me.
納得は
At long last, Kitty spoke resolutely.
今はそれくらいしか
I see. That's good. You mustn't be fooled easily, because the world is quite filthy.
それはそれとして改めましてさくらきりです
She lowered her head politely. They had a reset. So she gained some understanding, but of course she won't accept him. Huh?
さくらきりです
Hi. Korosu Taichi desu. And Kekyaku, it was like an awkward meeting. Now, I should be getting home. Yutaka's sleeping after all. I stood up.
すいませんよく寝るんです
Right. If you want to win my favor, come to the broadcasting club.
はい
But if you come, I'll touch you. Make sure you come prepared with countermeasures against that. Kitty smiled ironically. That was the first time I saw her smile. Man, we're not seeing her smile right now. Miyuki disappeared in less than a year. Kitty got to know Miki afterward, and they started coming to the broadcasting club as a pair. My consciousness flew farther, remembering that time in detail. So, the question is, why does she straight up hate him now? Like, straight up. Like, they had that whole conversation to the point that she's so willing to shoot him with a fucking crossbow. Whoa, you've come.
おいっすどうも
They were like two flowers planted in the same garden. Hada!
それは
They're stage names. Stage names are required in the broadcasting club. Everyone has one.
うわ
またそんな嘘が
Somehow I punched him around the moment he said lies. Tomoka is immoral. Sakuraba is Mr. Vigilante. And I am Love Aristocrat.
本当ですか
Indeed it is.
それで会話してみてください
Hey, Immoral, how's Siscon been doing? He's exactly the same as always, right?
シスコン？
黙ってくれ。
I was being strangled. Tomoki was desperate since his Oneshan was also there. Surrender! I'm dying! Give a...
愛貴族だけに愛に死ぬのか。
I think I'm going to meet my mama in heaven.
ほら、暴力は定額ですよ。
Mimi senpai chopped Tomoki's head.
あ、うん。
I thought I'd die.
自業自得なんだ。
Kiri was suddenly tired. What's with that delicate act? The broadcasting club is a nominal sports club, you know.
またそんなことを。
With the third years happily graduated, Sakuraba Sensei has troublesome expectations for you two to come in and fill their shoes.
ああ、
Sakuraba stood up coolly and spoke while the finger he'd been pointing with had been beaten down.
今日はみんなに柿の種の教訓を話したいと思う。
That's good, Sensei.
指、復活しますよ。
柿の種にピーナッツ入っているものがある。知っているな。
Sakuraba spoke, ignoring us, or perhaps not hearing us. Miki nodded twice. She's honest.
そのピーナッツが許せないというやつは意外と多い。
そうですね。
俺は常々その欺瞞が許せなかった。なぜだと思う？
Ha! Because peanuts are classified that way. That means that there is a persimmon tree that which grows peanuts.
そうだ。嫌なら純正の柿の種を食えばいい。ピーナッツ入り柿の種を手にピーナッツが嫌などという弱音はピーナッツ入り柿の種の尊厳を損なうものだからだ。欺瞞だ。
It is exactly as you say.
だから俺はあえて柿の種のピーナッツだけを食っている。
Ahoka! We sobered up.
分かってくれたか。
Listen to us.
たまに右の耳が遠い。
This was true. There's no obstacle in his daily life, though. It is hard to forget the power of yours, which returned to me to my true self. I shall deprive you of the Q in your surname of Sakuraba, leaving you with the name of a queen. Saraba.
何？
From today onward, you are Saraba. Sakuraba. Oh, konbanwa, Saraba. The word Saraba means farewell. I knew it. Words are fun.
分かった。
いや、認めるなってば。
俺の話はこれで終わりだ。
He sat down once again and began curling his fingers to make the stinging go away.
こんな人たちです。
To gather them all.
よくわかりました。やっていけそうですか？なんとか平気そうです。ね、作品。やっていけと先生に言われましたんで。まあ、無理強いではないので、嫌だったら抜けてもいいですから。
Dame, we just got Nahana in the workplace.
だそうです。
You're going to buy them? They still look like brats, so they might be easily reeled in. You're going to buy them? They still... He repeated his thoughts. They still look like brats, so they might be easily reeled in. It's the club joining celebration plan.
また口に出してるから太一。
Okay, this. I pulled out 2 items from the Taichi bag. Squad member Yamanba Miki.
山野辺です。はい。
One of the items was color paper. This is for you, the big star in cosmetic surgery pro that all mischievous boys seem to love, Michael Jackson.
サイン色紙っすか？
Whom I, the love aristocrat Kuroso Taichi, have looked up as an idol. I give you my autograph. I push it to her.
おいやいや。
Oyoyo. And squad member Sakura Kitty. This is for you, the big man in baseball today, Babe Ruth. I present you with this Taichi doll.
つながってないじゃないですか。もう全然ですよ、全然。
As one could understand from the fact that Senpai wears glasses. Question mark. She's a person who rules. Disorderly things seem to get on her nerves.
さては反応がなかったから端折ったな。
Now then, Sakura-kun, feel free to always carry this, rain or shine, and make it your little friend to hold at night when you cry. Since she didn't put her hand out, I hung it around her neck with a string.
ご自分で作られたので
That is true.
まめなやつだ。
ピーナッツ専門なだけに言うことも穀物的なんですね。
Huh? Sakuraba, Tomoki, and I looked at each other. We like this gag. She passes.
いい。
We gave Miki a thumbs up.
あれはいとあれ取れない。
Kitty was trying to throw away the doll. Mate! Her face showed that I tricked her successfully. Did you try to throw it away? You tried to throw it away, didn't you? I took pride in my win. It's a shame, but to throw out the Taichi doll is a terrible thing.
意味がわかりません。
It's an amazingly important item. So it's useless to try and throw it away.
呪いですか。わあ、じゃあこのサインも
Mika tried to throw away the autograph out of the window. A voice came from nowhere in particular. Love aristocrats autograph cannot be discarded.
魔法使いかお前は。
入部祝いどころか入部呪いじゃないですか。
The doors in front and behind opened simultaneously.
チース、キリって来てるか？
ちょっと大地待っててって言ったじゃないの。どうして一人で行っちゃうのよ。
You know, I seriously think this. I know we went through Toko's route, but I'm giving the impression there's something more that they didn't show about Toko. Because by the time we got into Toko's route, the only impressions we got was stuff about, like, you know, from that moment till the end of the route. But before that, we didn't get much information what their exact relationship is like. Toko was, you know, really something. She had, it feels like she really does have a thing for Daichi or something like that, or some sort of thing, you know. But you know, we kind of had an idea that her being an Ojo, she really tries to maintain her Ojo image, and you know, all the shit related to that. Anyway, two simultaneous visitors.
いらっしゃい。二人もお客さん。冷たいお茶を出しましょう。
To the fridge in a hurry.
今日の冷蔵庫は空だぞ、部長先輩。
ちょっと買ってきますんで引き止めておいてください。
了解。
あ、いいです、そんなの。絶対ですよ。
She disappeared down the hallway while flapping her arms.
ゆたか、何しに来たの？
一応挨拶に。その身内が世話になるわけだしよ。
いらない。帰ってよ。
He tried to push him out.
新川も入部するんだ。
え？俺野球部だし。
野球部なんてありましたっけ？
ひたすら野球盤を遊ぶ部員3人だけの組織だ。
ファニーな。
The school is quite a phenomena itself.
あ、大地、あんた一体どういうつもりで約束すっぽかして。
Promise to do what? You can pass items to other people.
桐原先輩、これあげます。
You received it. No. Oh, that's
だ
it.
から離れないわよ。接着剤？
Shaking can't remove it.
ちょっと、どういうことよ。
The Love Aristocrat's autograph cannot be discarded. The Love Aristocrat's autograph cannot be discarded. The Love Aristocrat's autograph cannot be discarded. Don't make the discarded comment repeat itself for no reason, since the messages are annoying.
わけわかんないし聞こえないそんなメッセージ。
You had no choice but to give it to someone.
じゃああんたが責任取ってもらいなさいよ。
It cannot be given to Taichi.
どうしてよ。
I like how she reacted to that. You can't pass it to anyone who isn't a friend. You and I are no different from strangers, so you can't pass it to me. Coco opened and closed her mouth like a goldfish.
なんですって
Give up and become a club member.
いいから早く帰ってよ恥ずかしいんだから
だってうまくやってんのかどうか心配じゃんか。お前頼りないしさ。
うまくやるから帰って平気だから
賑やかだな今日。
Takarawa whispered.
お、瓶抜けたんだ。
石鹸水の力でな。
Senpai came tottering back and put cups on coasters.
お茶がなくてコップに水汲んできました
What's the point? Laughing and getting angry. The noise of a small festival. This is good. This is how members should be. Everyone, please look. Something horrible has happened. Their eyes gathered on me. I'm streaking. I nimbly strip off my clothes.
お前だよ。
I was kicked off. I hugged Toko's butt. It's a bit shallow. I can touch your pelvis. Get more meaty down here. Fighting spirit. I hugged Kiri.
ここに触られた 宮杉先輩はどうぞでも地面に落ちたら負けですよ
Am I a ball?
大変そうですか
Idiot!
最後はどこに気合入ってるな。
あれは太一の特別サービスと見た。
男っす
That was fun. Endlessly fun. A high quality memory. I definitely don't want to forget this. I wish that I wouldn't. At night, while I was riding my Nikki. I heard a noise outside. I blew out the candle, moved to the window, and looked outside. Someone was walking down the street in front of my house. Kiri. She was carrying something. Maybe I was just starving for things to write in my diary. My curiosity raised its head. I went downstairs. From far away, I could see Kitty's back. I followed her. We left the town, and at long last, Kitty set down what she had been carrying. I killed my presence to prevent her finding me and approach. A crossbow. It definitely wasn't a toy. Out of everything you can get in this country, it was a weapon of unparalleled strength. Wait, was she dared to kill him or something? I mean, she went to his house with a crossbow, but it felt like she changed her mind, but what the hell's going on? Though it can't fire repeatedly, it excels in silence and abounds in destructive power. Kitty pulled the trigger. An arrow pierced a rotted tree. The sound of air moving was left in my ears. Kitty readied a new arrow. She finished loading it with a cocking device. Awkward, but I knew. This is training. To fight. But with who? With who? But the mere fact that she was just outside his house, she probably thought about using it. Icicles entered my back. Just as I started to jump up, my shoulder was pushed down with exquisite timing, telling me to sit. The strength left my knees.
静かに
I took one deep breath, regaining my calmness. I spoke in a low voice. Why are you here?
大地と同じ
So she noticed Kiri's behavior.
毎日やっているみたい
Where did you get that thing?
マニア
Yeah, that seems right. If you have money, you can purchase anything with comparative ease. Kiri continued her training for a
取
while.
ってほしい
Sudden words. The space between the periodic whistling sounds sucked me into silence, simply remaining in my ears forever, accompanied by something which made me shudder.
大地取ってほしい取ってあげるわ
What are you saying?
大地が望むなら
I don't.
でも
She glared at me. If you're going to listen to what I say, please don't do anything.
分かったわ
I I lowered my shoulders indifferently. Yoko-chan, even you're human. The same human. At the very least, as long as you're with me, you're half human.
私は太一が人だとは思ってないもの。太一は太一。私にはそれで十分。そして私も私。二人で一人。半分こ。
Fiancés. Right? She smiled.
そう。婚約者。
Even though her smile sometimes held a maiden's innocence. Why? Before that sorrow painted over my heart, Kitty moved. She collected all the arrows she shot, then shot them again. Kitty completed 3 rounds of this training.
あの腕なら、よほど至近距離で狙われない限り、平気だと思う。
I don't want it to come down to that. I unexpectedly remembered the Hokora. Hey, Yoko-chan, do you know about the Hokora?
知ってる。
That this world is...
情報不足。
She got out my words as if with a slap.
総計するための知恵じゃない。
But
仮に世界が繰り返されているとするなら、今論じる必要はないと思う。
I kept silent. If she says it, then it's so. Hasakura Yoko is always accurate. Kitty went away. There was no longer a need to pursue her. We walked across the plain and examined the targeted tree.
太一。
It's okay. It's okay. Oh, she still had the doll, but she's using it for shooting practice. I know it because remember, I mean, at the end of each route, we know she tries to shoot him, but like, you know, as early as I think today is Wednesday, for them. She was already outside his house and she was thinking about it. But here they get the confirmation that she really wants to shoot him. When I returned home, there was a cardboard box left on the doorstep. Inside, there was food. Tomoki, he's really delivering all of these boxes on his own. What a serious guy. He's too good to be true. The fact that he's that serious. Seriously fleeing. You could say it was just like Tomoki. I bit into an apple. It was lukewarm. Doko wasn't there. Not today either. There's no reason to come to school. I guess it's to be expected. Bruh, I don't even know if Toko's still alive because remember she's starving and all, and she doesn't have Taichi to make her rethink about like the whole. She doesn't need to maintain her image anymore. It was missing a little something. I tried sitting in my seat for a little while. I tried losing myself in thought for a little while.
実はな、俺は記憶喪失だ。
He suddenly said, just like a main character. Shujinko. Anyway, it's nothing. Please forget it. Shikawa spoke about not having any memories of his boyhood, about being a trypanophobic. What's a trypanophobic? Give me a second. I don't even know what that word means. Obviously afraid of something, but like, what is it about? Trypanophobia. An intense, deliberating fear of needles and medical procedures involving them. Oh, he's afraid of needles. Okay. Well, maybe oversimplified, but okay. I mean, my explanation, that is. About feeling a pathological fear from the darkness of a forest. Something happened to him a long time ago, but he doesn't know what. Kitty's parents wouldn't tell him. Shinkawa Yutaka doesn't have a family. Everything was in darkness, and then he got sent to Gunjo along with Kitty. I listened while devouring a pizza. Jesus, now I'm hungry to get some pizza. Like, I want to go out right now and get some pizza. There's a pizza place in front of my apartment. I could do that. Anyway, it'd been delivered. At that time, I was extremely wealthy, so I'd been getting my lunches delivered. Gunjo's rules practically didn't exist, due to the pretext that they're trying to heal our hearts. For all they know, if I'd been stopped from ordering pizza, I might have become emotionally unstable. If one is self-conscious enough, this school that isolates people on the pretext of healing effectively can become a lawless district. Like a prison on a small island. Oh, welcome back to Kino Prison. Oh man, Kino Prison, holy shit. Anyway, I see. Memory loss. I deliberate long and hard. Then? Okay.
そうか。まあそう言うと思ったがな。
I agree with Shingawa who has memory loss, but I am sorry to be subjected to the Shingawa who does not have amnesia. Kitty entered into our mellow space.
また二人でつるんでる。
Here, what meaning? The word translated here as mating can refer either to animals having intercourse or people hanging around. Okay. It's Kitty-chin.
キリチンって呼ばないでください。
But aren't you Kitty-chin?
キリです。
Then Kitty.
呼び捨てにしないでください。
Which is it? Yeah, Yutaka. He was sleeping. This guy falls asleep really fast. Does he have narcolepsy or something?
昔からそうなんです。後遺症みたいなものらしくて。
Ah, that memory loss he had
豊かに聞いたんですか？
just now.
そうですか。
Saki.
信頼されてるんですね。
Huh?
前の学校で友達なんていませんでしたから。兄にも私にも。
Previous school. So both of them moved. Okay. It happens a lot. Especially when results of adaptation exams get leaked.
友達だった人にも裏切られて、誰も信用できなくなって、誰も傷つけてないのに、みんなから傷つけられて。
And then you show your fangs.
攻撃されたら身を守るのが当然じゃないですか。
That's one way to think about it. But shooting and killing wild beasts that protect themselves is the way of the world.
人間じゃないですか。
Kitty spoke softly. She burned with righteous indignation. Kitty was too straightforward to live in modern times. Inside me, there is something which really isn't a person. Do you ever think that humans around you don't matter at all? I do on occasions. Only occasionally. But if I ever became completely like that, I'd be finished. I had to do my best to live. Just a little bit of wagging my tail and singing praises for those guys. That group that call themselves normal people. I had to live.
それで変な行動を？
Dunno. Never thought about it. You're that way too.
私もですか？
Don't you want to live?
私は
She lowered her face and held herself.
世界が怖くてたまらない。
Hard a bit.
悪意が、みんなの悪意が、誰も優しくない。優しさが少ない。
She was shaking. Yes. She didn't wish to come here either. She had to come here. It's what the country decided. Disobedience can be forgiven.
人間なんて亡くなる時にはあっさり亡くなるって思ってます。だって世界にはほとんど何もないから、きっと何もない方が多いんです。何かある方はちょっとだけなんです。
Not gonna lie, Kiri's story is locking me in. Maybe because from for the previous route, Toko's obviously Toko's route feels like a very fan servicey route, and this one's much more. It starts to take the story a bit more seriously, and well, it kind of fits because Kiri's a very serious person. Not just a serious person, but very wears her heart on her sleeve kind of person. So it's very outright. The stuff about her so far. So that means whatever that's happening with them right now is going to be also revealed outright. Wait, give me a second. Okay.
いつ押し流されてしまうかもわからないって思って。
That's like a sci-fi story about humanity's annihilation or something.
そういうのとは違って、そういう理由があるのとは違って、夢から覚めたみたいにいがみ合ってばかりで怖いだけなのに。けどある日突然全てがなくなってちっぽけな世界で私は
Takarakiri. I called her back. Color came back to her sunken expression.
すいません。
Afraid of malice, afraid of being alone. You can sit down and have some pizza. One of the eaters fell asleep. She sat down slowly. She didn't pick up any pizza. Resurgence of emotions. She stayed still for a bit. The end result is being exiled.
ルケイチなんですか？
Yes, it is. But there's no malice or harassment. Take a look. I indicated our surroundings. Lunchtime. Those who could eat on their own were eating their meals little by little. No gatherings, everyone was eating alone. Man, oh yeah, this place is so absolutely lonely, man. No conversations. Only Shinkawa and I have been talking. Everyone's passing time peacefully. In a sense, it's a group of those with the strength to live alone. Not needing to connect with people, concluding on their own. Oh shit, I suddenly felt like I'm in fucking Gunjo myself right now. What the hell? Completed humanity.
そんなのおかしいです。
If you connect with people while inexperienced, mistakes and inconsistencies occur. Aren't those also apt to occur between normal people? That's why people should become perfect and fulfill themselves. Going to eat?
人の手をつけたもの食べるの。
So you're fastidious.
男の人のは特に。
Are you androphobic too?
こっちのは別に。ただなんとなくで男の人って不潔だから。
It's her problem. Now I got curious about why she like this. Like, it's obviously I feel like something like this is caused by some sort of experience. So I'm curious what she experienced. You speak recklessly. Is she simply becoming conscious of the other gender now that she's entering puberty? She easily turns hostile, and in peacetime she's daunted. Shyness. Like right now. Which means if I dug under the surface, I'll find her to be deeply interested in sexual acts. Yatta! No, why am I happy about that? I can steal Yutaga's future wife. What a degenerate.
さっきの話ですけど、悪意はないのかもしれないですけど、この学校はなんだか何もない部分が広い気がして、話しかけても誰も答えてくれないし。
That doesn't mean they're ignoring you. The rules are just different here.
法則?
She acted as if she was full of question once again. And she looked as young as she should at her age. I understood that this was the real Kitty. This bashful and nervously rambling girl. You could say they're on a different channel. Or that they just don't cross each other. That's why we need the cross channel. I can't explain it well. It's because both of our states of mind have normal bases, Kirishin. Our standards are different from those whose spaces aren't normal. If you follow someone else's rules when contacting them, you can have a conversation.
どうやってそんな法則を?
Just observe well. That's right. For example, Tatoeba, I moved toward a girl with dark glasses sitting nearby. She and I were actually crossing. I clapped my hands. She looked at me. I held a slice of pizza in front of her. She showed interest. She tried to grab it. I moved away a bit and she stopped trying. Her sanctuary was a radius of 30 centimeters. She thought and held out her bento box to me. Okay. I took one piece of her tamagoyaki. In exchange, I presented her with a pizza. She started munching on it quietly. That's kind of cute. Just like that.
今のは
Exchange of goods is fundamental to that girl. Otherwise, she's fine in her own world. So anything happening out of 30 centimeter radius is a little concern to her. It's a kind of savant syndrome. She's abnormally good with basic calculations. She can quickly answer what the day of the week is for some calendar date in a few hundred years in the future. Maybe she's gazing at the sea of numbers.
幸せなんですか
Naturally, each person has a different form of happiness.
そんなの嫌です。悪意はないのかもしれないけど、私はそんなのは嫌です。だって人がいるのに一人一人が絶海の孤島みたいで閉じてて。
Sumari, she doesn't like unapproachable people. Feels, I don't know. She's not comfortable with the idea. Like, there's some people who act self-fulfilled, whether they truly are or not. I don't know, but like, she doesn't like the idea of having to interact with someone who seems they don't need anything outside their own little world.
嫌なんです。
Little, maybe. You try to remember the shit about like where the sky ends, and we'll go back to Subahi one of these days. Anyway, it's almost as a Kiri. Please care about me. She looked as if she was screaming that. Is that your wound? Shinkawa moaned. Oh, Oni-chama seems to be waking up. Yet another excessively cute honorific. Do you like Yutaka?
それはって何言ってるんですか。
She went red.
だから違います。
You're easy to read. Oh, she might actually like Yutaka in that kind of manner, huh?
違いますってば。
Isn't that nice, Yutaka? Yutaka woke up without a word. He rubbed his eyes.
やべ、また落ちた俺。あれ？俺のピザは？
I ate it.
なんだと？
He was amazed. But I didn't think he'd wake up. Yutaka moaned softly. But he didn't seem to be complaining anymore. Instead, something else caught his attention. He looked at me. He looked at Kiri's red face. He folded his arms and thought. Once again, Yutaka looked at Kiri.
OK、事情は分かった。で、縁談はまとまったのか？
The wedding's tomorrow.
しません。
That sort of thing happened. Bro. Okay, so okay, I really like how these flashbacks are going, because you can see that the contrast. You see the current state versus like what they were when Yutaka was there. Wait a second, what happened to Yutaka then? Anyway, but like, it's so different, man. It's so different. Like right now, she's really out to kill him. I woke up. I've been sleeping on my desk. I've been dreaming. A dream that should have been nostalgic, but it put me in a melancholic mood. In the end, people are living for their own sake, yielding many contacts with other people within various desires. To cool out my sweaty body, I headed for the roof. The place of the antenna. Mimi-senpai isn't here. Probably because she got hurt. Her club activities have been cancelled. Tools and materials have been left at the base of the antenna. There was a notebook. I looked at it. I see. She's put in a lot of effort to get this far. An SOS. Build the antenna and send an SOS. This was perfect. A wonderful plan, just like Mimi-senpai. But just like Mimi-senpai alone though, I don't think this work will ever get done. Red lines have been drawn over her plans.
届かないよ。
And that's true. Can't be helped. I placed the step ladder and climbed up. This goes like this. I got through it. This should be fine. So the next step is, my eyes fell through her sketches.
わからないとこ。保留です。ここ間違い。はあ、間違えたかも。
Isn't all this just crying? Mimi senpai. I tried looking at the antenna, the broadcasting club. Regardless of the effect of the SOS. Ah, new BGM. Holy shit. The idea of the broadcasting with everyone strangely inspired me. Because it was just too healthy. I'll tug at our heartstrings, for we are situated opposite hell. Opposite, what the hell? Like this. I mean, I get what he's trying to say, but it's weirdly phrased. Anyway, I began club activities. No one's here. Daddy no nai. I opened up my bento by myself. As usual, a double portion. With nothing else to do, I went to the roof again. Kitty was there. She looked around the outside world through the fence. Deja vu pulled my consciousness away to the distant past. All right, we're starting with a flashback. Summer was starting to end. Oh no. Just like in real life. And Summer Pockets was about to end as well. Holy shit. The cigars were remarkably noisy. I know I'm supposed to end like in an hour. It's already over an hour, but I'm really hooked in right now. Anyway, I'll be working at home tomorrow anyway, so it's probably fine. And I'm really thinking about getting pizza. Anyway, crying voices that seemed to be beating me. I could tell they were at the end of their lives. A summer died with the dredges of life. Kitty was on the roof, alone. She'd been crying. Even from behind, I could tell by the shaking of her shoulders. Kitty.
Kurosu, senpai.
She didn't hide her tears.
Yutaka ga koko kara ochite.
Wait, what? Yutaka... What? Yeah. I knew. There was no one who didn't know. Not in the city. In normal society, a student jumping to his death is a rather big topic. His and her guardians ask the school questions about who was at fault and try to bring them to light. The school tries to evade responsibility. That's not the case at Gunja. No one in society will come asking questions, and the school won't run away. A number of people took responsibility. Society couldn't care less about the dangerous boys and girls in Gunja. Very few were saddened by it.
誰も悲しまない。私たちがどういう気持ちで生きてきたのか、誰も。
What the hell happened? Why did he jump? She was unusually excitable. A week had passed since Yutaka's death. Kitty's sorrow was belated. Ne, Kitty. Was Yutaka... Shiawase? Was he as happy as he could have been? An ordinary question. But the meaning was exactly the opposite.
辛い思いをしてきたんです。
Always? Are you sure? There wasn't even a moment of happiness.
それは
Undoubtedly there was.
先輩と友達になってからは笑うように、けど全然取り戻してない。
Her tone
受け
strengthened.
た苦しみをちっとも取り戻してない。
Then Kirichin thinks there was something lacking in Yutaka's life.
そうじゃないですけど。
I may say that, but sadness isn't a logical thing. I've been in doubt too, about how to deal with Kiri. It's okay to cry. I looked at the sky. The pure white buried my field of vision in the moment before I came to understand it was a huge cloud. At least before summer ends. Along with the last memories of the cicadas. The Kiri here in that a meaning which included 1,000 emotions. She shut her eyes, grabbed my shirt sleeve, and raised her voice.
ユタ兄が死んじゃった。死んで。
Sobbing. Yutani. That was her beloved Oni-chan. He lived well, even with only one leg. Kiri's parents. On their faces, which I saw at Yutaka's funeral, there was light relief. Was Kiri aware of that? Most likely she knew all about it. Even after meeting so many cruel fates, those two could need to support one another. In a sense, two halves of one body. Kiri was only a half, just like me. I said Kiri wished to be that way. Now strong emotions deprive her of spirit. But someday her sadness will lessen and she'll search for her other half, Yutaka and Kitty, two people who were one of body and mind. Kitty had no sins, but my monster stirred. Kitty. I wrapped my hands around her back. Violent passions made Kitty unable to sense approaching enemies, so she didn't notice. Little by little, her emotions subsided. By then, I was completely embracing Kitty. Kitty, are you lonely? You are lonely.
クロス先輩
I'm very empty. I looked down at her small features. Two deep obsidian stones leaked salt water on her face. I think Yutaka was happy. Kitty was there, so he forgot all the bad things. I think he was happy until his final moments. I moved my face closer. She became a little confused. Our faces crossed. I stole her lips. Her forelimbs went berserk. I held her tight. She choked. I pushed her against the fence and continued sucking her lips. Surprise robbed Kitty of the ability to think. She couldn't resist well. Are you lonely? Aren't you lonely?
らない
I kissed her. Yeah, bro took advantage of I don't know. You know what? I feel like the way he's behaving right now was like remember when Yoko-chan had sex with him when they were children? This feels like a repetition of that, except I guess he had, I don't know. He was. It's like he's repeating what Yoko-chan did way back, but now I don't know, man. I don't know. This is how I'm interpreting it right now. The second time. This time I invaded as far as the inside of the gums. At the same time, I moved one hand inside her skirt. Her resistance suddenly strengthened. Kitty pushed me away.
やめてくだ
I think I had a slight smile. I'm sure of it.
さいあなたは
I saw her shock slowly become covered in abhorrence. She ran away, passing right by me. A creaking door, a closing door. I covered my face with my hands. I see. This certainly is bad. The corners of my mouth rose brutally. Kitty and I became estranged. Okay. So he took advantage of her sorrow. Okay. Obviously she wouldn't like that because she realized what he's doing. And then, but for Korosu, I think I don't know. It might be both a combination of like perverted malice, or whatever Yoko-chan was doing when they were children, that he thought it was a normal thing to do, or like also the malice thing. But I think the malice thing is something that Kitty is very sensitive to. So she obviously she felt betrayed there. She suddenly showed up to the club after that. There were times Kitty brought her along by force, but she avoided me. We no longer conversed and our relationship stopped. That sort of thing happened. And now, just as Kitty said, the world is plain and clean. I learned that humans can easily go away. It would have been nice if, not necessarily Adam and Eve, but if at least some slightly more perfect humans had lived through it. Adam and Eve were originally created with the completeness to live on for all humanity, all eternity. My brain's dying. But after eating the fruit that belonged to the tree of knowledge, they were made incomplete as punishment. Even so, it's recorded that they lived for a millennium. Reading through the Bible, it's clear that their lifespans of their descendants shrank with each generation. And now, the present day, we were beginning to lose even our health. What on earth does God intend to do by pulling out all these wounded humans, including me, with all my dark emotions? He must have thought that the world's going to keep turning anyway. That nothing is irreparable. Extreme argument number 1. Even if I massacred everyone, everything will be reset. On top of that, I'll lose my memory of it. In a world without opportunities, there is only the amusement of possibilities. That pleasure had been drawn out for me. Desires raised their ugly heads. saying that game had begun. Kirichin, that's the place where Shinkawa Yutaka died. Kiri wasn't surprised. She slowly turned around. I was a little amazed that Kiri wasn't surprised.
世界がこんなことになって人もいなくなって
Okay, this is calling back to their previous conversation.
悪意はなくなった代わりに密度もなくなってそれでもあなたは変わらないんですね
Was taken aback. Her speech seemed almost belligerent.
前から言おうと思ってました先輩はどうして生きてるんですか
A wedge was slammed into my heart. Hey, I have a question for you. Why don't you go die already? And they overlap. The past and present. Crossing. As if a knife I'd thrown a long time ago was now being unexpectedly thrown back at me. An ironic composition.
自分に生きる資格があると思っているんですかあなたは黒い
Our guy is black, apparently. Anyway, I felt that was an accurate metaphor.
人じゃない人に似たものでしかない人に擬態してる虫みたいに擬態して人に化けて人を襲うあなたは人を傷つけるものです決して相入れないどうしてあなたの適応係数が80を超えているのか昔は不思議でしたけどそれは全くおかしなことじゃないあなたの中の人の部分は文字通り2割ほどしかない
This book, Loqualis, I don't know how to pronounce this. Loquaciously. Anyway, she's covering up the Sakarakiri persona that she's kept up until now, instead constructing a more striking image. The knife in her words had been trying to pierce my mind. Until now, she only carried dull blades. Now it was Sakarakiri's trump
怪
card.
物ですあなたの欺瞞は怪物の分際で怪物に徹さないところです人と怪物との間に共感が芽生えて仲良く幸せに暮らせると思っているんですかあなたが人並みの幸せを手にできるとありえない世界にわずかしかない優しさは決してあなたのために取り分けられない体を食い破って出てくる寄生虫に愛を抱く人がいないのと一緒ですもしいたとしてもそれは強靭でしょうあなたはいつも自分のために犠牲になってくれる獲物を探してる私にはわかります今までそれは抑えられていたけど世界がこんなことになって人の数が少なくなってあなたの抑えは効かなくなってきてる擬態する必要がなくなったからです傷つけて楽しむためあなたの目はいつも私たちに注がれているそれも人思いにではなくゆっくりと時間をかけてなぶり尽くそうとしている人でもない怪物でもないでは何者なんですか何者でもないあなたこそ世界から消えるべきだった私はそう思います大半が悪意に満ちた人類だってあなた一人の命よりはずっと価値があった私にとってさえそうです2つ忠告しますまずあなたが他者との触れ合いの中で本当の人間になれるのだと思っているとしたらそれは間違いですありえません人間を冒涜する考えです先輩ほど完璧な化け物は見たことないですからあなたはかけねなしの精神異常者狂人の中の狂人狂える者たちの頂点ですそしてもう一つ私たちに手を出そうとは思わないことですもし先輩が生贄を求めて私たちに近づくことがあれば
Kiri drew out her last.
居殺します2機は絶対にあなたには渡さない壊させない
Her footsteps passed me in a straight line. A creaking door, a closing door. I became alone. Kaibutsu. 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 I ruminate on that word and ground my teeth. Suffering. This is the taste of my brain. The brain secretes certain kinds of nerve transmissions, and those flavors ride directly along the nerves, governing my sense of taste, causing this hallucination. Kaibutsu. Aptly similar to the word for when I show myself. Whoa. See, it hurts. My parched heart shrank. The countless shards piercing it continued to produce sharp pain. She didn't mince her words at all. I felt on my knees. I stood up busy. It hurts, but none of them are mortal wounds. Kitty's knife had not effectively pierced my heart. It had only made small wounds on the surface. There is pain, but it's mere child's play. The attack I once received was nothing like this, but I felt that it's been a long time since I received an attack. A moderate attack brings moderate stress, a state close to drunkenness. I lay down there. If you're going to shoot me, please do it. Please make it all better. I didn't feel too bad. Consciousness resurfacing. I raised the periscope my physical senses. Based on how hungry I felt, it's been 3 hours since I went to sleep. It was as if I'd been cryogenically frozen. Thankfully, they were over capacity. I opened my eyes. Miki!
はい、
Smiling.
ミキです。
I
ああ、寝ててください。
can use your lap
エッチなことしないでくれるなら、
if I do.
セクハラの度合いにもよりますが、スカート先行とかしたら射殺です。
I'm sorry.
じゃあどうぞ、膝をお楽しみください。
Okay. Soft and slightly warm. A good fragrance. The feel of her uniform and the elasticity of her fresh thighs underneath. Supreme bliss. If I feel like sleeping
寝
again,
てもいいですよ。
but then I wouldn't be able to enjoy this.
びっくりしましたよ。
I was sleeping.
またそんなとんでも日常を。でもそういう時の先輩が一番いいですね。
Honto?
面白おかしく毎日がお祭り騒ぎみたいで、ちょっとばかり寂しくなりすぎですよね。
Couldn't agree more. You can't go from 6 billion people to just 8.
種の存続に影響ありですね。
No, that won't
なぜ
happen.
です
You already know that. I extended my hand to her butt.
す
I was fierce. What is that?
ナイフです。
It was a comment night. That's dangerous. Why are you carrying such a thing?
キリチンが持ってろって。あ、今刺したのはナイフじゃなくて小指の爪です。フェイクフェイク。血は出てないのでご安心。
Ah, I see. I was relieved. I don't want to see blood if I can avoid it. I can't let that switch become easier to flip. For being defense-oriented, isn't Kirichin expanding her armaments a bit
ミ
much?
キもそう思うです。
Flowers are a symbol of peace, you know. I turned over so that I was lying on my stomach. I buried my face into the side of Miki's lower abdomen. Her cute delta zone, obstructed by a few layers of clothing. This is the gray zone, right?
そんなことするとこっちもそれなりの対外政策を実施しますよ。
I know more than a love aristocrat charmed by a beautiful delta.
詭弁を浪されるか。なら
She took out the
ば
stick.
耳かき。
Isn't that nice? A home run grade situation. Please do. I mean, please do even if I say no.
いいんですか。
Please take my oral virginity.
嫌なイメージを。
Doesn't it make your heart
ま
pound?
あそんなにお望みとあらば
Be gentle.
伝書します。結果は伴わないと思いますけど。
Huh? The ear pick was thrust into my ear.
いきなり大物発見。
Oh! Itai! Itai! but Miki didn't stop.
楽しい。久しぶり。
She started for ear cleaning.
それそれそれ。
This is nothing like pain. Is this not ear torture or ear tor if you meaninglessly shorten it? My ear! I produced a screen that was used during Okinawan cooking and twisted the truth.
動いたら危ないっす。
Miki broke her Seiza position. For a moment, I saw her panties. I was filled with happiness for a split second. Huh? Legs wrapped around my neck. Thighs squeezed my cheeks. What are you? This position. I had felt the cosmos. I was enveloping the girl's thighs.
これでよし。にひひ。
The torture device ear pick was thrust into my ear. Yeah! However, my head was fixed in place. It's good, but I can't run away. I don't want to run away, but I do. Heaven and hell. Simultaneously. Pain and pleasure. Alternately rained down and trifled with me.
ああ、ポスクラス発見。これより攻撃に移ります。いけいけ、スクランブルだ。耳かきだ。
She sang aloud. Kuya! A scream used by Okinawan chefs once again came out of my mouth.
手強い。よーし、反対側から。
Yeah! That moment, pain surpassed pleasure. That's not your ass. That's my brain. That can't be. But since it's stuck in their heart, there's no doubt it's a vital organ. Oh, Miki, please find it in your heart not to tear out this child. Please, wait. There's gotta be an organ the human body needs. There are things in the human body we think are meaningless, but do have meaning. For example, Miki, even that cute little bump of yours has a proper sexual meaning.
ドリル攻撃スパイラル。
I produced a scream which meant omitted. My ear brain is peeling off with crackling sounds. I opposed lobotomies, and then, like a seductress heading for an orgasm, I convulsed heartbreakingly. As my head was fixed in place, my forelimbs undulated like earthworms.
やった取れた。わあ、てかすごかった。
I'm dead. But with that, I was released. Your lap and thighs are all sensual, so why don't we? However, Miki said,
じゃあ反対側の耳も制圧しますか。
eh?
さてさて、こっちのエリアにはどんな強敵がいますでしょうか。
Her thighs twisted. Happiness. I was turned over, breaking the sliver of happiness. The ear pick was thrust in. Yeah! Such a foreign policy. It is to be feared. Then, 10 minutes later, I was released from the swooningly painful double maiden penetration. Let us say it was the longest 10 minutes of my life.
満足満足。見ます戦果。
I'll pass. Wow. I can hear really well.
すごく詰まってましたよ。
It's like a different world.
私の耳かきで喜んでくれたのは先輩が初めてです。
I'm not surprised. No. Wait. I'm definitely not gladdened. In fact, I should say I was able to endure it thanks to my powerful worldly desires.
Huh?
I laughed it off. By the way, are you searching for Kirichin?
ああ、ご存知ですか？なんか見つからなくて。
He was here until 3 hours ago.
なんか今日はなかなか遭遇できませんで。
Maybe because of emotional instability? Maybe she wants to be alone. Come to think of it, today is the day Yutaka died. Yeah, that's right. That'll do it. Well, why don't we leave alone for today?
何か言われましたか？というか、キリッチに何かエロいことしましたね。
Didn't. I denied with an accent.
本当ですか？
It's true that I tried to, but I'm a love gentleman.
しようとしたけど、きついこと言われて引き下がった。 なるほ
The image of a master being seen through by a pupil. Well, it was explained to me with ingenious words just how crazy I
ど。
am.
それは
Well, it is the truth. To be honest, I was a little depressed.
先輩は優しいモードの時は好きですよ。
You plan to kill me with compliments? I am a veteran who will not be fooled so easily.
めっちゃにやけてるんですけど、
Ah, I'm so honest. Then will you marry me?
なぜ怒られながら求婚されるのだろう。まあいいですよ。
Huh? Hondo?
キリチンがいいって言ったら。
It was too good to be true. But could you at least write that down for me?
そういうところがダメなんですってば。
On my way home,
へい。
Nanaka was beside me, as if she just suddenly appeared there. Ah,
お
Nanaka.
元気？
More importantly, that Hokora. I was embraced. Ugh.
楽しいって言えるならいいじゃん。
No, I didn't say that. That doesn't really match the context of the conversation. What's with the abrupt heartwarming event? However, leaving that aside, the ambiguous softness of breasts, a girl's scent. Mysteriously, I felt no disorder. The sensation of being embraced was different from Yoko-chan's.
その言葉は嬉しいんだ。
But I'm not saying anything. She's reading his mind.
強くならないと生きる資格がないわけじゃないから。
You're not listening.
弱いままでもいいんだよ。
Listen! That didn't make any sense. The texture of your chest was wonderful.
正直すぎる。
It just didn't make any sense.
ごめん、間違えたよ。
What do you mean? Nanaka scratched her head.
別のと。
Explain it so I can understand it.
君ってアンテナ設営の方着手したみたいだけど、進捗はどう？
Hey now. Speak so I can understand. First.
まず、
That's right. There are a lot of things.
じゃあ一個だけ質問に答えてあげる。どんなことでも答えるよ。
What? What color are your panties?
今日は白。でもちょっと可愛いの。ブラとお揃いのやつなんだ。
You're white? My thoughts raced about girls' underwear.
じゃあ質問はこれで打ち切ります。
Crap, the mysteries of the world! I asked my question reflexively. I am an idiot!
そしてエロい。
No take backs?
ダメ。
Nanaka made a cross with her arm.
次の機会だね。
But by next time, I've already forgotten about this conversation.
ほう。気づかれましたか。
I noticed, but even though I noticed, there are tons of things I don't know, like where humanity went or why it happened in the first place.
どうしてこうなったかなんて私にもわからんよ。
Is that really true? I tilted my head and asked Kichi. Who?
そうなのでちゅうよ。
You? She tilted her head and answered cutely.
まあこうなったとしか言えない。理由を考えようにも全然わかりません。
Oh?
花も恥じらう女学生に何を期待しておるのかね。
In the first place, that's just weird.
何が？
Normally, isn't a role like yours given to a more adult and unintelligible girl?
はあ？
You're like a competitive childhood friend, Osana Najimi. So you should have some backstory fitting your mold, which demands that you obey me, live next to me, and come to my house to wake me up every morning. I stuck my finger out at her.
アホかお前。
What kind of miscats are you? Do you think you were doing something special by changing your disposition, you simpleton? This is what we call a superficial thought. You'll want to do something different. Start from the foundation. Be someone who'll do things no one has ever done before.
その言葉全部返す。
I'm a simpleton who only thought he was the antithesis of superficiality. I can't pronounce it for some reason. Anyway, I fell down in tears.
泣くな泣くな若者。
Well, since it's come to this, pray I ask you the same question in my next opportunity.
これがまた意外と違うんだな。
Yeah, there is.
他の人たちは日曜夜の時点でもう気持ちが決まってるから毎回似たような行動をとるんだけどさ、太一は毎回結構違うことを重大に受け止めてないというか。
Maybe I don't. The fewer others there are, the better off I am. That's why I think this situation isn't all that bad. If I said I had no dads at all, that'd be a lie, but I don't know.
さ
Wait, that doesn't look like white. You shitting me? It's blue today. What? Why are you lying? Anyway, this conversation. I looked at Nanaka trying a wheelie on her bicycle. This person, her memories aren't being reset. You know?
質問は禁止。言ったことは守ろう。別に隠しているわけではないんだけどね。ちょっと怖いんだ。
怖い？
全部教えることが怖い。太一が追い詰められるような気がして。
Her merry expression morphed into one of misgivings. Suka. Well, a promise is a promise. It's gotten a little aloof. I decided to soften the mood. This isn't the question, but about your underwear.
何？
I like your bra to have a front hook. Nanaka's eyebrows twisted dubiously.
フロントホックってこの花も恥じらう女学生であるナナカさんに？
That's right.
理由は？
Isn't that how a bra should be removed on the girl's maiden's night? Maiden night? Maiden night. Taichi for first sexual experience. If there's a front hook, then I can stick my fingers into the valley like this, and at the moment I undo the hook, a pair of heavily laden motherly hills are released from admonition. The heavily laden hills will be...
繰り返すな。自分で思っているほど大したギャグじゃない。
Sumari, it is because I can appreciate their shaking form.
却下。
As if we were talking about such idiotic things. We soon reached my house. Wanna come in?
帰る。
I chuckled on the inside. Where was Nanaka going home flew? See you later then.
太一。
I was called. Turning just my head, I put my back within my field of vision. Nanaka was on top of the hill, horribly far, as if she moved in an instant.
太一。
Regardless of the distance between us, her voice reached my ears clearly. Huh? What? I was confused. Nanaka is without a doubt. She's standing next to her bicycle, holding one hand up high. Her smile held up the sky.
また来週。
She waved. Yeah. I turned all the way around. See you next week. Nanaka got on her bike. The girl rode off, sliding down the hill until I couldn't see her. However long I waited, I didn't see her reappear, slowly climbing up the slope of the next hill. Sate. I lit a candle. I opened my Nikki. I recorded what happened today. Silently. In as much detail as possible. The candle suddenly went out. This time, there were light footsteps outside. I stuck my head out of the window. It's Kitty, walking down an empty street. In any event, she's going to do the same as yesterday. Oh, okay, she's just passing by. I thought she was thinking about shooting him down right then and there. Because that's, I don't know, I read it like, she was pacing around his house, then she decided to just go to the tree with his Taichi doll and just shoot arrows on it. So I don't know, man. Making the tied up Taichi doll into an object of pitiable hatred. Even if I watch it, I'd just feel empty. Without warning, my spine froze. I had a sensation of something rubbing up my spinal cord. Terror sneaking up. But it was only for a moment. The chill dissipated as if it had never been there. The warmth of the room returned, covering my body. Now I'll... Oh, shit. Okay. Give me a second. Did I close the tab with the fucking walkthrough? Okay, give me a second, man. Yeah, I ended up closing it. Actually, where am I in the story? I am really going way off my bedtime, but it's Friday. I mean, it's Thursday going Friday. No, it's already Friday. It's already 12 something. Follow key. I'll follow her. I have a feeling something bad will happen. Something very bad. Oh, maybe it's yeah. Kitty's going to be attacked. It should be this way. That presence from before. I know it. I know what that is. And I found a bicycle. It wasn't locked. Borrow. Now to the same place as yesterday. I entered the grassy field. Kitty wasn't there. Didn't she come here? I tried looking around where Kitty had been standing yesterday. I found her belongings. Did she move somewhere else? I took a deep breath. I closed my eyes and squeezed my eyeballs with my eyelids. In the depths of my lenses, the image of a switch being flipped rose. It's not what happened. I'm just intentionally accelerating what my eyes would slowly do automatically when luminosity rapidly changes. I opened them. The night had become brighter. The slow movements of plants have clearly shown in my field of vision. A cat's eyes. My senses have become sharper. I don't like this. Not at all. I even had the sense that I was something entirely different. Now then, deep in the grove of trees, I felt a faint presence. I heard a scream. I ran. The scene was filled my vision. I knew it. She was there to kill her. Called for shivers and memories at the same time. Damn it! Bro, something showed up. Bro, something showed up with her, with Yoko. Something about Yoko, man. She did something in the past. Holy shit. Yoko-chan's eyes are serious. Stop! She didn't act surprised. She probably knows my presence. Seeing an opening, Kiri moved, but Yoko-chan hadn't averted her gaze. She flicked her wrist, rotating the belt suspended from her hand. One revolution. By releasing one of the two ends in her grip, the stone inside, pushed on by centrifugal force, was released. With timing like that, nothing could be done. With an action taken between moments of conscious focus, people can't deal with it in an instant. The stone hit Kitty hard on the calf. She stooped over. She held her leg and grit her teeth. There should be a spasms of violent pain running through her. My spine chilled. That's a sling, a weapon used by ancient shepherds to guard their sheep. Against Kiri's crossbow, it was quite a primitive weapon. No, it's not really a weapon. It's not, but that power is tremendous. She's spinning a strap around with a stone in it and letting go. That's it. That propulsion, using neither compressed air nor gunpowder nor gas, comes only from the length of the strap and the number of rotations. A bullet under consideration of atmospheric friction. A gun barrel in the polar regions of minute numbers. Reliability for being used continuously under horrible conditions. Hard studies continue for the sake of killing people. Of course, it can't compare to small arms, but hers, it was different. Guided by blessed genes since her birth. Despite looking nothing like more than a tender girl, she has muscles that can outperform adult males. It's not simply arm strength, agility, tension, mobility. From that standpoint, being a woman was hardly a handicap at all. Hasakura Yoko always moves quickly and silently. She had a good command of the arm and leg extensions for a challenging weapon like the sling. There was no there was no arrow set in the crossbow Kiri held. She must have counterattacked and missed. This should also be a frightening weapon, but now it can't even be a makeshift shield for Kitty. Without being given the time to set a new arrow, she was being driven away by the stones. No, she did well to live this long. Though she probably wasn't on her guard during Yoko-chan's first attack, she managed to protect herself. She put a second stone in the belt. With the tension in her wrist, she made a disc of Aether images, and in an instant, Kitty's face turned pale.
どうして？
太一を殺そうとしたから。太一を殺す練習をしていたから。
だから私を殺すんですか？
She no longer answered. Ah, those are eyes taking. What's scary? Shall I take the scary thing away from you? She always takes all the things I don't like. They disappear from this world. It wasn't a matter of devotion. It was goodwill to the point of selfishness. She increased the number of revolutions. The moving air made a sharp sound. The destructive power swelling up before my eyes made Kiri cower in fear. The finality of death. That wasn't something Kiri could believe. The rotational force had already imparted enough motive energy to the stone. Her true skill she could release after one rotation. Her strength had fallen somewhat. Thanks to that, Kiri's leg hadn't received a serious injury. But if she hits her in the head, she'll eventually die. Is she trying to bring her down for good? She sharply maintained a high number of revolutions. This time will be more than just pain. She held the crossbow in front of her face, sobbing. Is this Kiri's limit? That's enough! I stood in front of Kiri. The revolutions fell.
それは生かしておくと大地に危害を加える。
What's so wrong about that? Besides, it'll all be reset. Let me do as I please. Yoko-chan. I said her name with force. But she then seemed to be backing
取
down.
るの。
You don't have to take
どい
it.
て。
I'm not moving. Behind me, Kiri watched over us with her breath held. The relief that she was alive and the fact that I intervened were incompatible.
でも
I sensed hesitation. I don't want to be used as a reason to kill people. If you want to kill her, then do it for your own reasons. She flinched.
だって大地のために。
For me. She'll throw out my name and kill Kitty, without thinking that I'll be hurt as a result. You're always like that, pushing for your feelings and yours alone. Even when I am in trouble. Yoko-chan twisted her wrist. Kitty stuck out her hand to hear our conversation. I held my palm up in front of her face. The next moment, sharp pain, but the stone was quelled. Yoko-chan turned pale.
ごめん。許して。
You betray me.
だから
You tried to take advantage of an opening during our conversation. It was unpleasant. She was always serious about these things. Again? Her shoulders shook. You say I'm precious. You say that you love me. You push your goodwill onto me. And yet, at times like this, you betray me. Again?
違う。それはつまり大地の身の安全が。
How inconsistent. Forget about that. She cowered like a young girl being shelled at.
ごめんなさい。
Her voice seemed as if it was about to disappear. Anyway, please don't kill Kiri.
でも大地を殺させるわけにはいかない。それだけは絶対に認められないよ。
I won't be killed so easily. There's too much of a difference between what Kiri and I can do.
けど大地はたまに
Sometimes,
死への抵抗感を忘れるから。
well, considering the situation, I definitely had that side to me. I'm not proud of it, but my emotions are unstable. Well then, I promise that for this week, I'll make sure I don't die. I'll protect myself with all my strength. In exchange, you stay back. If you can't accept that, I'll sever all connections with you.
嫌だ。それは嫌だ。
A quick answer.
分かった。引く。でも監視はするから。
Go right ahead.
さくらきりの武器を渡して。
You heard her. Give them. You're holding a crossbow and a knife, right? Take them out, or you're going to be killed. Kitty silently threw them in front of her. Yoko-chan picked them up.
武装は禁止。もし武器を保有したら敵意があるとみなすから。
Kitty didn't come out from behind me. Also, starting next week, be more peaceful.
うん。
She seemed unwilling. Please do it.
分かった。
Easy. And then her body sunk into the darkness. Her presence whisked away. Our stress levels fell by 1, but it wasn't 0. Behind me, the emitter of stress continued to release her aura. I was conscious of it slowly becoming rage as I asked, Are you hurt?
どうして
her puzzlement and rage over being saved by. Her emotions fell apart, and she desperately suppressed her desire to scream out. She had the sort of muffled voice.
助けたんです。
Well, even if you ask me why, I saved you because I wanted to. Is that wrong?
ふざけないでください。
Though I'm not doing that. Well, that's true. You wouldn't accept it. Being saved by someone you hated. Do you seriously intend to kill me? Seriously now.
あなたは危険すぎます。
Dangerous.
自分が楽しむためにこんな状況で何も変わらないあなたは。
Suddenly her voice became violent. She soon lowered her tone.
面白半分で人を殺します。
The atmosphere stagnated. Hatred was mixing into it. The hatred Kitty was spewing forth. I can see it really well. I heave a sigh. You're only a good judge of people.
何を？
You said that I was the most dangerous, didn't you?
そうですけど危険なのはあなただけじゃなかった。
Yoko-chan.
何もしてないのに殺そうと。あなたたちは同類です。だから一緒で。
We're not the same kind. I wanted to deny that, but it's not something Kiri would understand. As I stayed quiet,
なぜ私を助けたんです？
once more she started asking
見
me.
殺しにすればよかった。私があなたのことを敵視していたのは知ってるはずなのに、私を助けても何の得にもならない。
Well, well. In maggots such as this is how you make new friends. Her angry tone expanded.
私はあなたの仲間になんかなりません。
If I get emotional, I lose. Kitty had imposed that rule upon herself, but produced an angry voice of her own. When I'm in trouble,
駆けつけません。
yeah, good retort. She bit her lip. I thought of a reason why I saved you.
思いついたからって。
I said it anyway. If Kitty died, Miki would be sad. This is the part where Kitty cries. So let's just leave it at that, and
バカにして。
this is my identity. I can't treat people any other way. So, Kitty-chin, in the meantime, could you please dress this wound for me?
どうして私がそんなことを。
Isn't it bleeding? I've been aware of the blood trickling down my fingers for a while. Blood is a weakness of mine. Besides, I got this wound saving
だ
you.
ってそれはクロス先輩が勝手に。
I put my life on the line, so please do this at least. I said clearly.
わかりました。
Honestly.
借りは作りたくないですから。
Come on.
けど手当てするようなものなんて。
She dug out a handkerchief and wiped out the blood. He died. That hurts a little.
すいません。
Kitty reflexively
で
apologizes.
も他に。
It stings. I'm gonna die from abundant hemorrhaging.
えっと
Please heal it gently. Hesitation. If it was Miki-chin here right now, she'd heal me by licking it.
ダメ。
The wound hurts. It's harsh.
こんなことはしたくないのに。
Please do it quickly.
わかりました。あなたに借りは作りたくないですから。
And she's so very principled. She's a very principled person, but like to the extent the tip of her tongue timidly touched my open wound. She really did it. Hot, and it's sticky, as if I was being rubbed with lotion. There's faint pain, but that's fine. I gently traced the wound. A sweet numbness slowly spread out from my palm, getting transmitted from my shoulder to my spinal cord, passed on through my spine all the way to my coccyx. My lower abdomen got hot. That's good, Katie. Wait, she's literally... At times her tongue lifted, and she exhaled a hot sigh. Clean out my fingertips too. Her tongue meandered down my palm. Her tongue twisted around my fingertips. I pinched that tongue with my two fingers. Kitty tried to spit out my fingers. Sorry. I had a bit of an itch.
そうですか。
She blushed and turned to the side. Did you get the blood?
まだ少し。
Then please. I held out my fingers and Kitty's trembling tongue crawled over them. She must be trying not to breathe through her nose because her breathing sounded painful. I was standing. Kitty sucked my fingers in a crouched position. That Kitty was. My water level rose. I was storing up black water. I can't let that happen. At long last, Kitty's tongue separated from me.
終わりました。
Domo. The bleeding had stopped. I think Yoko-chan was serious about what she said. Kitty wiped her mouth and narrowed her eyebrows. No more weapons. It's best not to have any. If you break the rule, I think she'll seriously attack you. Her shoulders were shaking slightly. From terror. I'm not thinking of doing anything to anyone. As you say, Kiri, I'm not good, but I don't intend to hurt my friends.
本当ですか。
Yeah. Speaking of which, since Mimi Senpai got hurt, I've been constructing the antenna in her
アン
place.
テナ部活用の
I'll send an SOS with that. You know about that, right?
人なんてもういない。テレビも映らない。ラジオもネットも電話も何もかも通じなくなって、誰が生きているって言うんですか。
It's not just that. The world has renounced moving forward. One eternal week. To me, that had a sweet sound to it. The campout was worthless, wasn't it? I forced it to occur. I worked to gather 7 people by lying and cajoling. At some point, the fault in that came out. I smiled. She looked at me as if watching something heterogeneous. We stuck out the tents in the worst possible mood.
あなたが仕組んだことじゃないですか。
Yes, I planned it.
皆の傷口を広げるために。
No. I wanted everyone to make up with each other. I wanted to return to the relationships we used to have.
嘘です。
It's true.
仲直りさせる機会を作るため、合宿に人を集めたって言うんですか。
That's right. My eyes flashed. The water surface shook.
信じたくない。そんなこと。
Well, that's fine. The point is, unity is an important thing. It doesn't matter how, a club or a camp out or whatever. With limited materials, we all build an antenna and send out an SOS. Isn't it okay for us to have that kind of hope?
あなたがそんな立派な人なわけない。
Yeah, I'm not excellent at all. But that is that, and this is this. Using 4 demonstratives in a single sentence, and thereby employing the extreme clumsiness of the common usage as well as aesthetics aimed for by modern Japanese expression and change the subject. I'm not excellent, but I think it'll be beautiful if we all meet up. Oh, I completely forgot. How are your wounds?
平気です。触らないで。
If I don't touch you, I won't know, so... Her calf. It's swelling. Internal bleeding. She hit a good spot. It'll hurt to walk, but it's not life-threatening. Anything else?
肩を。
Expose it.
やっぱり怪我物。
She held her shoulders and stepped back. Hey, I was kidding. Don't take it seriously.
そうやってミキや他の人にもセクハラを。
About Miki. She does reject anything she seriously dislikes. She'll punch me while smirking and saying something like, don't do that.
ミキが
And I don't use excessive force myself. I'm adjusting the borderline through various forms of contact. But isn't that what it means to hang out with people?
綺麗な物言いでまとめるんですね。セクハラなのに。
Kirichin just takes it too seriously. I'm going to touch her shoulder. I touched it lightly and she felt pain. You got hit in a bad spot there. How much does it hurt?
ほとんど腕も動きます。
Hold it above your head. She obeyed. So nothing's wrong with the bone.
先輩が力を入れすぎるんです。
That wasn't hard at all.
男の人はみんな力強いじゃないですか。島先輩とかだってあんなに細いのに一人でモニター持ち上げるし。
He used to be in a basketball club. He can't run anymore, but his muscles haven't changed. Ah, this girl can't even pick up one CRT monitor. She's really weak. Although the kinds in the club room are pretty big. When I touched her shoulder, she was excessively delicate in her shock, like a thin plate, as if she could break at any time. If the Broadcasting Club arm wrestle, she'll be in last place. A young and helpless girl. Put a wet cloth in that.
言われるまでもないです。
Her abusive language had no strength. Okay, then let's go home. I stood up. Come on, let's go. She followed reluctantly. So it did hurt. Should I carry you home? I cracked the knuckles of all my 10 fingers.
やめて、来ないで。
She's seriously afraid. It was just a joke.
一人で帰りますから。
If you go alone, Yoko-chan might attack you. She fell silent. Now, let's go. Light footsteps trudged along behind me. I left the bike behind and walked home. This is a nice night. There was no conversation. Friday, huh? 3 days left until the world swings back. My memory will disappear and everything will be reset. So cold. I think there's not much of a difference between that and that. Nothing will be left this week except a written record. I won't think about that. I definitely won't. A long time ago, I played this kind of game. Role-playing. Set in the future. The world was devastated and people were living in the Dome City. Wild animals changed to monsters and attacked people. The main character was a monster hunter. Monster hunter. From his regular daily quest to a battle with the existence that controlled the world. Normally in the role-playing games, when the characters are defeated in battle, they're resuscitated through some kind of science or magic. However, many times the Sujinko dies, he remains the main character. And as long as the whole party isn't obliterated for a game over, no critical destruction will occur. Naturally, subjective memories are maintained. By the way, this one is different. Without a Sujinko, whenever any character dies, it was a solemn and undeniable death. The others will return to town and find a facility with clones of the deceased and save points. There, the Sujinko would be carefully manufactured exactly as he was before the last save. And the adventure will continue without anyone holding any doubt. I like how he gave an explanation to he gave an explanation on his world on how people are like, you know. Anyway. It was a shock. After saving, the time unique to the dead main character went completely unnoticed. Though he was the same Sujinko, I thought he was a different human as I played on. The game had insanely high difficulty, and there was no balance at all. But with a vivid image of death haunting me, I played on as if possessed. The conclusion was a suicide attack. I'm fed up. I didn't think I'd experienced that myself. Now that I am, which me am I? The fifth. Is that really completely true? If it's not recorded, there's no way to know about it. Today was hot. I felt like going to the beach. Come to think of it, we all went together last year. Is this... Let's see. Okay. Even now, I can remember everyone frolicking around. Okay, at least this is not a full flashback. Oh, that was good. The part of your swimsuit covering your butt.
長谷倉さんってクロス君とどういうご関係なんでしょうね。
Yoko-chan.
ヨコちゃんヤクザですね。もう体は嫌。失礼しますバカ。
But it was fun. Our fun sea bat ended there. Miki's wound left a very small scar. Even so, she was bright and cheerful on the way home, as if she gained something through being hurt. It was that kind of face. Afterward, Misato-senpai returned to school to help carry the broadcasting club's newly delivered antenna. Tomoki, who had broken up relations with his Onesan, said something sarcastic. That Sescon behavior of his was made fun by Miki ever since, even into their third year at Gunjo. Yusa-chan, for the first time, opened her heart a little toward the group of other people. Okay, so this is we jumped straight to the conclusion of the event. That's what the beach meant. That's what the beach meant to us. But now there is a club. Senpai Sketches. I will believe that resolving the problems on this list of tiers will produce a structure capable of dispatch. I will believe and sigh. Believe, that's a beautiful word. It can quench my thirst quite a bit. Begin work. I continue working under the boiling sun. I am fantastically strong against sunstroke because my hair is white. Just that makes a significant difference. So even on a midsummer's day, the work continues without pause. Isn't that Kiri? Standing next to the fence, gazing at the scenery. Has she not noticed me? She should have. This work makes a lot of loud noises. There, Kiri! I called her, then walked over at the comfortable face.
何ですか?
Well, I didn't have anything in particular. Kitty glanced up in the antenna as if she had no interest in
部
it.
活本当にやってるんですね.
Well, yeah. Although this heat makes me want to go to the beach. We went last year, do you remember that?
はい
That was fun. Though I'm sorry about Miki.
はい
She's too honest. Actually, she's acting weird. What is it?
その長谷倉先輩が
Yoko-chan's watching you?
はい
Kitty's hands were shaking. Even though she was such a tough girl, she's afraid. She was shrinking miserably.
それで
Her voice was shaking. I can't watch this. Even though she was a girl like beautiful glasswork. Even though she was so fragile that touching her would defile her and grabbing her would break her. This incomplete being. What is it? I felt hatred for Yoko-chan. I'm sinking again, I thought. Times are good when I can be maintaining my rising tensions. At other times, my heart sinks. A deep part. An abyss where even the sun can't reach. A place that makes me forget that warmth of light, turning me into an individual that does nothing but live. A place where that which is called a heart is unneeded. If I stay here too long, my frozen heart will eventually degenerate into a pure will to live. I had a hallucination that I was in existence living in the deep sea. I thought that was good, because if the world was me and only me, then I wouldn't have to hurt anyone. Kiri, help me with the club. That sudden idea made circles out of Kiri's eyes.
部活
That's right. I won't be able to finish on my own. Please help me. Crying words passed on from Senpai. I now shoved them onto my full height. I made Kitty work on top of the stepladder so that I could expect the good fortune of seeing Pantyland founded. Pantyland's great.
今なんて言いました
I said it out loud. That's the kind of antenna. This kind of antenna is called an
パ
E-type.
ンチラと聞こえたのですけど
I said nothing of sort. I whistled.
何したらいいんですか
Aren't you helping me?
命令なんですよね
Well, yes it is.
借りは返し切っておきたいですし手伝います
I think she already did that, but like now she's just making an excuse. Yatta!
ただし
He spoke with a strong enough tone to cut out my words and
和
actions.
解するつもりは全くありませんから
That's fine, that's fine. That's yet another part of life.
指示をください
Then first please look at this. I passed her a sketch. Her face tightened up sharply. 1 minute later she frowned. Senpai arrived. Senpai! A hello from atop the
どう
stepladder.
もうわ
Rapid fire Moe words, but those two are rather old. For a Moe girl living in the 22nd century, there's not much left besides Yan Hyang.
詩人の中原中也じゃないですかパクリですか
She retorted with a clear-cut face. Yeah, you know him.
中原好きなんです
Well, if you talk about learning from the past or the restoration movement, it's like asking the old to learn the new.
何のこっちゃです
Anyway, congrats on being discharged from the hospital.
あそんな大した怪我ではないので
Do they still hurt?
平気ですけど
I was being stared at. I also stared at Senpai's beautiful boobs.
どうしてアンテナを
She asked me while hiding her bust with both arms. On a whim.
気まぐれって
It was a whim.
あ
An unsatisfied face. I, who am both sound and healthy, want to live optimistically. And then someday I shall metamorphosize into a young adult who has tasted both the sweets and sours of life.
変態に
Okay. She further embraced her bus. Senpai is nice. She'll even fondle her own breast. That's incorrect. Kitty exhaled on the other opposite side of the antenna. That's right. There are a lot of things I want to ask you about. I took out a sketch. I don't quite understand the note here.
終わったらこっちもお願いします部長先輩はあ
And what we'll do about the batteries.
学校に止めてある車からと思って
Now that's a man's job. I'll make Sakura do it. Sakura.
でも桜庭くんが手伝ってくれるとは限らないですし
If I say help out, he'll help out probably. I should make this my last scene. I should go to sleep. It's 1 something now. Since all he wants is to live an easy life.
いやそうではなく
I know Senpai's true intention. This club was a flight for her and her alone. Even if we all do this together, Senpai's thirst won't be quenched. If it took forever, that'll be fine by her, so she could inexhaustibly devote herself to it. Nah, Senpai, is this really going to end when we complete the antenna and send the SOS?
一応
It will end, along with her flight. That's why this person had been working by herself, so that it won't end. There might not be a response to the SOS right away.
は
And there's the problem of directionality. They could be using handheld wireless devices rather than FM radios.
あ
So we had to think about reception.
あそうですね
It'll be like a broadcast channel. Once we open the channel, we'll have to keep maintaining it until there's a reaction.
あ
It'll get busy. Redness pierced Senpai's face.
そうですね確かにそうかも忙しいのはいいことですよね
Very much so. Besides, it's more fun if everyone does it. If all 3 of us work on it, do you think it'll end in a day?
こっち少しきついです全然わからないですし
If only we had a mechanically knowledgeable pretty girl.
なぜに性別して
Then, with great timing and precise presence, timing, a presence pattern up to us.
キリチンいる
The door opened and there was Miki. Bingo!
何です
I told her what was going on.
健全なことを
Your high-tech knowledge is needed.
PC ならともかく無線はわかんないですよ
Aren't your grades good?
専門技術には役に立たないっす
But you can understand difficult looks.
いやと言いますかメンツに加えられようとしている私
She glanced at her
キ
partner.
リチンもいるしごめん謝らなくてもいいけど驚いたなキリチンじゃああれはどうするのごめん中止そのいろいろと事情があって
What the hell are they talking about? Is this the thing that they'd always do during Sunday? Dad? The dad of Tender Girls? The secret dad?
事情と言いますとごめんその話はここではちょっと
He doesn't want it overheard.
じゃあにゃ
Hear me out.
にゃにゃかにゃかにゃこ猫が
It would appear so. We were afraid. While the 2 of us shivered in the corner, Mickey and Kitty went on yang without pause.
なるほどそんなことがありましたか
Gone to terms with it. Did they actually convey any information? Are youngsters these days creating their own languages as well?
じゃあさ建国しても軍隊も持たないみたいなことになっちゃうんだねそれでもう無理だと思って
Okay, so this is that's what they always talk about during Sunday. They want to divide the whole town.
軍隊ではない自衛力とかいうくくりで武器を持つとか
That's just like a certain country. I wonder which one. From what I could perceive, that conversation seemed to have a connection with me. Weren't you carrying a knife too, Miki? I think it would be best if you got rid of that.
便利なんですけどね。ナイフなんて持ってったんだ。いや、ごめん。
Oh, that's interesting. Kiri doesn't even know. That is incredibly convenient. What kind of grammar does it?
日常のありとあらゆる場面で活躍しますよ。
Well, it should be fine as long as you don't give it to Kiri-chin, okay?
はい、ではそのように。いやー、しかしキリチンと先輩が和解とは世も末ですね。和解したわけでは。
Seems so.
先輩、ちとこちらに。
My hand was pulled and a step away from the antenna, to a location where our conversation wouldn't reach Kitty and Senpai. And?
大体の事情は聞きましたけど。
That cat speak is amazing.
先輩の方はそれでいいんですか？
Okay, well, what? I don't really understand Miki's
確かに
question.
キリチンは先輩のことちょっぴり苦手みたいで。
She hated me, just say it.
まあ。
A forced smile.
実は2人だけでみんなと離れて暮らそうって誘われていたんです。
Eh? Why?
キリッチ、人間不信なんですよ。で、こういう無秩序な状況になったら先輩みたいな人のそばにいるのは危険だって言うです。
Wow, Kiri-chin's perceptive.
だから先輩のことをですね。
I was the hypothetical enemy.
はい。
She lowered her shoulders.
理由はキリチンも言ってくれないんですけど、いつ頃からかそうなって。
Yes.
最近はちょっとノイローゼ気味っぽかったんですけど、そんなキリチンとうまくやっていけそうですか？
Miki asked me doubtfully. I had Yoko-chan back out by promising to make things go well with Kiri-chin.
瀬倉先輩って先輩を傷つけると
She'll just appear out of
ヒ
nowhere.
ーローみたいですね。
That's right, my heroine.
こんな顔してます。
I haven't once met a good fate with her. She just frightens me, throws me down, and confuses me.
そんなもんすか。
At one point, I stopped wanting to meet people. I didn't want to converse with other people
今は全然反対ですけど。
because it's food.
はい？
Because it's something I need. The fact of the matter is, even if I hate food, I'll die if I don't eat. There's a lot inside my heart, and the way to eat got swept up in it. I used to think that people thought badly of me because of my face. My eyes in particular kept bugging me.
ね。
I get the feeling that my eyes are different from others. Well, I also get the feeling that my face was built differently.
小綺麗ですよ。いわゆるハンサムではないですが。
Everyone tells me that.
それが先輩の心の傷ってやつですか。
This is something like an extra on top of the extras, to be honest. Hey now, I remonstrated myself. Anyway, the deal is, in order for Yoko-chan to step away, Kitty has to stay powerless.
話飛びいいの。
Which is why I'll be borrowing Kiri-chin.
いじめないでやってくださいね。いじりがいはあると思いますが。
I'll take the proper measures.
なら私も付き合います。
Like this. Miki was added to our group. No one's here. I have a feeling I haven't seen Toko here for a few days. I know you don't like it, but would you try coming to the club tomorrow? Well, we don't know what happens to her and what exactly happens to her in between. Yeah. Though, if based on her route, she should be in her mansion scavenging or whatever. I had a soliloquy. I've been planning to say that if Toko was here. If we're going to enjoy our youth, we should all do it together. Diary writing will be worthwhile today. By the way, Nikki writing isn't a grammatical mistake, since Nikki is a noun. I scratched my head as I wove together such things that I could color my forehead with. forehead with. Taichen for learn from. Taichen made this mistake when he thought that knowledge colors that self, like a picture frame. One of the kanji for picture frame also means forehead. Is it possible I'd like everyone to gather on Sunday? I can't record Sunday in the diary, but I want to see that scene at least once. The reset just might be a very scary phenomenon. Identical death. That's why, at least, I'll try inviting her. I head for the post office. I stormed the post office, routed about 30 postcards. On the way home, I passed in front of the Koban defiantly. Since I felt like it, I also stormed the Koban. This is the first time I've been in one. So this is inside of a Koban. I wonder if there are any handguns. There were handcuffs. There was nothing else of value. Not good. I don't have time to be doing this. I hurried home. I wrote a postcard. Now that, all around, it was a busy night. Now that, since it's before noon, the air temperature isn't that high yet. I went to the roof alone. I looked up the steel tower in the base of the antenna. This certainly isn't a job for only one person. Since we're amateurs, the antenna looked rather distorted. Its form was like a monster of wavelength and directionality. Sate. I got to work. Damn, I don't get this. Kurasa Taichi is slightly unfamiliar with the conveniences of modern life.
何してんのさ
Oh, I figured if I did this, then she'd say, Peki-kun, you're amazing, or I'm so moved, or I'm getting wet and kiss me, or something. Yo, Tomoke-sensei.
宇宙はないだろう部活か
Yep. Okay, so this scene we've seen before, so I'm not sure if this scene skips. Okay, let's continue. I think, yeah. Let's see, because usually he shows up and the following day he destroys the antenna. Anyway, Tomoki Lacey sat down on the ground.
ほれ
Or was it 2 days from now? Anyway, he eventually joins and eventually he destroys it. Oh, thanks. Canned juice. Though it wasn't all that
太
cold.
一はどうしてそんな熱心なん
Oh, a serious youth-flavored question.
わけわかめだよ
That joke was hilarious.
おいおいお前自分でこんなものに起こしておいてはぐらかすなよ
Tomoki pulled out a postcard. You say I brought it on myself, but it was someone else's hands that mailed that.
どうして部活なん
Can I ask something too? With a serious face.
Oh.
It has to do with you and your Nessan. Are you okay with that?
お
It's a serious question.
け何
Yeah. I pushed out my question a little stiffly. Why do you, a person from Kanto, something uses nan and what? A soyan. And that's true. Like part of some pseudo Kansai dialect. Okay, so this so far is a repeat.
最高に姉貴と関係ない質問だよ帰る
Whoa, hold up a minute. Rome wasn't built in a day.
気を抜いてくれてありがとう太一くん
Yep, my conversation always take the scenic route. Sumari, think about it. Doesn't having an objective give a person something to live for?
生きがいねけど生きる糧があるならそういうのもいいけどさ
That's why I was enamored with this.
こういうのって
You groove graffiti. What flavor do you think this has?
いやお茶じゃないから
Tomoki stood up and circled the antenna.
それでそれ
It's nice to have something to
あ
do.
るじゃん別に物資探すとかさ
At the very least, this club has hope.
絶望を確認することしかできないかもよ
There's the hope that we can confirm despair.
わかんないよ太一の考え
Is that so?
どうしてそんな楽しそうなんだほんと信じられないね
Tomoki wiped his eyes with his arms.
僕にわかるのはこのアンテナとモービル用機材の決戦だけだ
Then help out.
なんだよもうちょっとそれっぽく感動とかしろよ
Idiot. I'm crying on the inside. My tears are even better.
そうは見えない
It's lame for two guys to get down with each other's tears. So go do that with your Nest-chan.
ひで
Now, if you made that decision, then hurry up and work. The planned broadcast day is tomorrow.
ーへいへいじゃあ機材調達してくる太一
Tomoki's feet stopped in front of the door.
てっきり姉貴と仲直りしろとか言うのかなって思ってた 姉貴を手伝えよ、弟だろって。
Oh no, sibling rivalry is part of a healthy life. I wouldn't stop it. The point being, I was telling you to help me out. I stuck out my chest.
お前大物。
I'm the overlord of all adaptation coefficients over 80.
そのオーバーロードともこれからも普通に友達してやるよ。そういうの嫌いじゃないから。
He disappeared inside the school building as if running away. Because I don't dislike. When Tomoki said that, for a moment his face was as red as the limits of humanity would allow. Don't say that if you're going to get embarrassed. Seriously. I looked at the antenna. But this should get it progressing a bit. An enjoyable farce of a club. This could become a precious memory, though it won't be a memory that remains. I thought of leaving behind in the diaries that the possibility existed.
おはようございます。
Okay, I'm so tired. I'm gonna end it here. We'll continue again tomorrow. It's like 1:32. It's not really good to sleep. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy watching, and we're gonna continue Kiwi's round. I think we're close to the end, and we're moving to the next round. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy watching, and I'll see you guys on the next upload. Ciao.